So I've been investing into the S&P 500 every single day for the last 2 weeks. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how it's been going, the results of the last 2 weeks performance in the S&P 500, and also talk about what my thoughts are on investing every single day versus just generally investing into the stock market every single month. Let's get into the video. So first of all, let me just talk you through a week of investing in the S&P 500. So I'm quickly just going to show you the recordings of me investing this money into the S&P 500. I've been doing £50 a day. And as you can see, at the start of the week, I was at £250 because I've been doing it for 5 days. And you can see here that I'm investing £50 this day. So that's the first day. Obviously, that goes in at £300. I've made a gain of £3.40 within the first week. But obviously, this is the first day of the second week. My rate of return is negative at this point. I think on the last day of last week, it actually went down. But overall, I'm up 1.9%, or the rate of return is 1.9%. But as you can see, over this last day, in fact, on the Friday, the S&P 500 came down. But over this last week, prior to this second week, it's actually been pretty good. So my first week was actually really, really good. And then we go into day 2. So this is Tuesday. Here we go. We're up 2.5%, £304, and I'm investing my second £50 into the S&P 500 for this second week, and it's gone in there, £354. As you can see, when you look at the max graph, it's just straight line into day 3. So day 3, I actually forgot to invest. I had a very busy Wednesday. I actually just totally forgot. It blanked my mind. So what I did was I did it after the market closed, so that money went in as the market opened on the day 4, and then day 4 again I invested another £50, so I actually did £100 on day 4. But when you look at the graph just here, you can actually see that it's a bigger flat line than a normal day. So that long flat line in the middle is actually the weekend, and then there's day 1, day 2, but then day 3 there's actually a bigger gap. But you can see it doesn't look like it's an actual day, it's just an extended day, because effectively it's like investing at the end of the day or market close on day 3, or versus at the start of the day or market open on day 4. So is there really much of a difference? I'm not entirely sure, but it does throw up that thing of investing every single day is kind of difficult when you're doing it manually like the way I'm doing it. I explained in my initial video why I'm investing manually every single day instead of doing an auto invest. So if you're interested, go watch that first video. Anyway, as we carry on, we can see that I've invested for 4 days now this week, so that's 9 days in total. And I'm 9% through my £5,000 goal, which will be 100 days of £50 per day. So now we go into the final day. For some reason, I'm in dark mode as I'm doing this, but you can see I've already invested the £50. Some of the days I actually forgot to record, but I will keep trying to record every single day. But you can see I'm up £4.94 at this moment in time. So it says the rate of return is minus 0.2, but that's just for 1 day, but I've actually made a return of about 1%. So 1% in 2 weeks is pretty good. And as you can see there, that's every single day that I've invested. So now that's the recordings of those 5 days out of the way. So now let me just show you the results at the end of those 2 weeks to see how it's actually done in these last 2 weeks. So if we just come and open Trading 212, you can see it's currently 1 o'clock, but this will be 1 o'clock on the Saturday simply because I'd rather have the full day for the recording. This is my portfolio in total, or my portfolio on Trading 212 in total. As you can see, I'm currently doing a portfolio transfer from Free Trade. Another video coming on that soon. But if we come down to the bottom, you can see that my S&P 500 every day pie has actually overtaken my Google position, or my Google position in this portfolio specifically. If we now open the pie, we can see that I'm sitting at £502.19. So when I invested that last £50 on Friday, which would have been yesterday, I actually lost money on that £50 that I invested, or everything that I invested on that day, because it was about £504, £505. So I actually lost about 0.5%, or £2.64 in the last day, which isn't great. But if we have a look at the last week, I'm down £2.30, which again isn't great, down 0.6%. Each day this week, realistically, my investments sort of went down. It wasn't a great week for the S&P 500. As you can see, this is Monday the 20th, all the way through to Friday the 24th. That is the end of week 2, down 0.6%. But if we have a look at the end of if we have a look on the monthly scale, this will include both of those 2 weeks that I've been doing it for, and I'm actually up £2.19, or 0.8%. So in the middle of Friday, which is the last recording that you saw, I was up around about 1%, but now I'm only up about 0.8%. Only up £2.19, but that does put me at 10.05% of my goal of £5,000, which is 100 days or £50 into the S&P 500 every single day. I don't have auto invest on, which I explained in my first video talking about this, and my balance score is 10 out of 10, which is basically because I don't have anything else inside this Trading 212 pie. I don't receive any dividends. Oh, and actually I've had 4 views on my pie. Let's go and have a look at these statistics. I've had 4 views, which means that 4 people from my last video have actually clicked on that link that I put at the top of the description to basically say, go take a look at the pie. I've had 4 views. Okay, that's not a lot of views, but you know, it's more than 0. I don't know what I actually get from those views, or whether I get anything from the copies or the comments or anything like that from Trading 212, because I know when I actually talked about this in my last video, it said that I could earn free shares from doing this. I'm not really sure how it would work, but it'll be interesting to see if I do actually get anything out of it from people clicking on that link. Let's just take a look at the holdings. So in total, I'm up 0.44%. Supposedly that's different from my rate of return of 0.8%, which makes sense. 0.44% is the total return versus the rate of return of 0.8%, which I think means that investing every single day, it gives you the return of each individual buy that I've done to average out at 0.8% versus the total return of 0.44%. As you can see, if I'd invested the £500 at the start, it probably would have returned somewhere around 0.8%. But because I've been investing every single day, it's actually given me a return of 0.44%. So as you can see, investing every single day is actually probably performing worse than just investing that £500 at the start. But that's because in the first week, the S&P 500 actually performed quite well. And in total, I'm up. But we'll see over the long run whether investing every single day will beat investing in one single lump sum. So that is the performance of the last 2 weeks. Obviously, if you haven't been watching the series and this is your first episode along in the series, go and watch the first episode and the second episode to catch up on how this has been going over the last few weeks, why I'm doing this, what the setup of this has been. In the future, I will do another update and talk about exactly the reasons why I'm doing this, talk about more in depth of why I'm doing this. But if you haven't seen the first video, go watch that video where I talk about the reasons for doing this. Also, at the moment, I am a week behind on this. So what you're seeing is the week from the 20th to the 24th. And I'm recording this on the 25th, but this will not go out until a week later. I'm simply doing this to give me time to edit these videos and to get out more content, to post more regular content, and to actually give me a bit of control over the content that I'm making. If you've made it this far into the video, leave a comment down below and really answer this question for me. Should I make this a weekly update? Now, I think I probably will make this a weekly update because it's quite easy for me to do this video. I just sit here and record my phone and talk about what I did in the last week. But I would like to know if that's something that you want to see or whether this is more of a monthly update type of video. I will obviously be doing my regular, normal monthly update videos and some other videos in the middle just to fill out some content, and also because I'm enjoying making the content right now. I will try and make these videos weekly simply because I want to see the difference between investing £50 per day and investing that same amount every single month, whether it's £2,000, £1,000, £500 or £200 every single month. If you like content like this, please check out the series. So go watch this content over here, which will be the series for the £50 a day. Or if you want to see regular videos like investing in other types of ETFs, go watch this video right here. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.